next is from Brian Dunlop, and subject is Nick Aldis to be the Mr. McMahon to LA Knight Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hello, K100. Weeks back, Vince Russo suggested that LA Knight needed a rival on the level of the Attitude Era as Mr. McMahon. Russo wasn't confident in the idea of The Miz being the Vince to Knight's Stone Cold, but what about Nick Aldis, the new GM of SmackDown? Could Aldis be a strong antagonist to take the megastar to the next level? I'm predicting that eventually Nick will turn heel and engage a top-level feud with Knight. Probably not right away, but I bet it's going to happen at some point. What do you think? Also, what are your thoughts on Knight versus Reigns being announced for Crown Jewel? Some are predicting Kevin Owens to turn heel and cost Knight the match, or maybe it'll be someone else interfering. It'll probably be too soon to kick off the Aldis Knight feud by then, but who knows? I was thinking something very strange the other day. Mm-hmm. This is the first pay-per-view where Vince McMahon is out of creative. They just officially announced the merger, like I guess the deal went final, right? Bro, what if LA Knight beats Roman Reigns for the title? What if Endeavor came in, they're looking at the same stuff, bro, this Roman Reigns thing's been going on for an awfully long time, right? And what if they just?
Well, that's how you make a star. That's for damn sure.
And then what if they just interject this thing, and all of a sudden, L.A. Knight beats Roman Reigns? Nobody's talking about that. And the finish of the match is like everybody's a foregone conclusion because nobody thinks L.A. Knight can beat Roman Reigns.
Now, what if WWE beat? They protected Roman Reigns so good, and they know sooner or later he's gonna have to lose. Right. They've got to be, whoever it is going to go to the next level. So if, let's say you really, really wanted to give Sami Zayn that push that he should have had, because he was hot as he ain't as hot anymore.
Right.
And he went in there and he beat Roman Reigns, you got a star. LA Knight goes in there, beats Roman Reigns, you got a star. One of the Usos goes in and beats his cousin. He's in a position right now to make the next star.
Well, plus two.
And who would it be? You got to decide as a company, who do you want that to be?
If you're paying,
and who would have been in that conversation if he wouldn't have been so much Riddle?
Yeah. Well, let me say
I thought
this
Riddle was great. Yeah.
Because here's
maybe
the way
Orton is coming back too.
Well, not that was one of the things about that is we never got to see how Riddle and Orton was going to conclude either. But sorry, Doug.
Right.
I'm just looking at the way they've been telling where Drew McIntyre is going, the Judgment Day is going. Bro, what if Priest cashes in on Roman? What if this whole thing was a swerve by the Judgment Day? Bro, there's a lot of storylines that I don't know where they're going. That I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that Roman Reigns leaves this pay-per-view with the belt.
That's what makes them so exciting because besides writing good stories and having good characters and doing good production, everything they do, you don't know where things are going anymore. It isn't as predictable, which makes it fun.
Right. Like what if Nick Aldis is involved now? What if
Nick bro, there's like a lot of anything he does, he's gonna kill. Plus, he's going in there with the rub, and he knows that.
Are you a fan of the Nazir suits that he's been wearing?
And I reminded Mickey James that I gave him the rub too.
What did she say? Did she agree that he got his job because of our rub?
Oh,
she agreed.
I didn't know. She says she has a podcast with two other girls.
Right.
What's it called? Oh, is it one of them? Maybe. Who are they, Joe? You know all the female. You, Mike Durbin, are resident pervs. Who's her show with?
I'm sorry. I didn't
told me the two girls. I think I know them.
Victoria's one. I can't tell who the other one is.
Victoria. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Or whatever. What they call her in Impact? It wasn't Victoria. It was I can't remember. Grown Ass Women is the podcast. And
Lisa, another girl.
Lisa Marie Varon, who was Victoria, and then Valerie Wyndham.
Who?
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is exactly.
All right.
Okay, so next is
Jeffrey Lang. Reigns is in a position to make somebody. That's for sure.
Well, let me ask you guys something real quick off the back of this. So people are assuming, and it's going to be, wow, we're going to have Roman and Rock in Philly for Mania. Do you think Roman needs the belt for that match? Does that make a difference?
I don't know, but let me tell you what I think they've done. I think they've set up a lot of characters for, at the very least, some really great false finishes. Because perfect example, bro, Jimmy Uso is like he's like unhinged. He's like doing his own thing. What if he does a super screw up spot in that match? And like it looks like he just costs Roman the title 1-2 and kick, or maybe it's a finish. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way they're positioning Jimmy Uso right now. He's like screwing things up and he's doing his own thing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So right. Like that could be there's so many spots that you could do because of all the.
Here's an even better one. What if Solo turns on him? And he wants to be the head of the table, bro. There's so many. That's what makes it so. Yeah.
I would not doubt. He does not win that match, and they just keep riding this LA Knight thing because the pops are huge, So yeah, you're not. It's not like he'll even get if he comes out with that belt. Okay, if he wins and he comes back to States and he goes out on SmackDown with that belt, bro, he'll have the biggest pop he's ever gotten. His pops have been getting bigger and bigger every week.
Yeah.
All right. So next is because that's telling the fans that hey, if you support a guy enough, like we're going to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So the fans will think that they're the ones that brought this guy along and won the title with him. So I don't know. Next is these are definitely things that I would be discussing if I was on the booking committee in that room each week. Like if these are the things that we'd be talking about, And Vince isn't there anymore. Like if Vince was like the guys, we're not beating Roman, and Hunter's like, hey, we kind of got to beat Roman at some point here. Just like what's the guy gonna do? Like 9,000 days, the champ's gonna retire as a champion, right? It's like
I think they might be waiting for The Rock, not that The Rock needs it.
Yeah, well, what would The Rock need the win for anyway?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You spend all that time, like Konnan was saying, whoever beats Roman, it's going to be enormous for them. The Rock don't need that,
right?
So.
Hey.
Yo, what up? This is Konnan, and I host Keeping It 100. My co-host Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!